what's up, YouTube? Welcome to the Coffee Pod. My name is Tishy Zed.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
Woman chose to delete her twins, but lied to the father of the twins that she actually followed through with the pregnancy. The catch is he's in the military and didn't find out till 2 years later. I'm wasting time. Let's get it.
Did you lie to him about the delivery of your twins?
Yes, I did.
Why would you do that?
Because I felt that if he really cared about the welfare of me being pregnant or even delivering his kids, he should have stayed there and been there.
Why didn't he stay there, Mrs. Gunn?
He was in the military, but my doctor gave him a note to take to his command for him to stay back. And I felt if he couldn't fight for me and I was having problems in my pregnancy with the children, when I was pregnant, then he didn't care enough to be around them. So why did he have to know what I was going through?
You don't think that he had the right to know as the father of those children that they were not living?
So I hope you're following, right? The reason why she gave the note was that she was expecting he would get sent home. But he was about to say there, he got cut off, that I didn't have control over that. Let's keep listening.
No,
That's not fair.
it wasn't fair that I had to sit there and suffer by myself with my child.
Well, I had
And then
control
didn't
over
have
that.
nowhere to live, didn't have any money to support ourselves.
How could you live with yourself? What lie did you tell him concerning his children?
I just said that they were with my parents.
How could you live with yourself with that kind of lie?
It's not the fact that I could live with myself. It's just that he doesn't realize all the stuff and pain and hurt that I've gone through by myself while he was not here.
She decided to take things into her own hands to punish this man for whatever reason.
And you don't think that you put yourself through any hurt by lying and living a lie?
Yes, I'm the one that had to live with that lie. I know
How long
that.
did this lie take place?
I just recently told him a couple months ago.
So it's
And how long ago was the death of the children?
2 years.
2 years? And you just told him 2 months ago?
Yes.
You've had this man believing for all.
It's crazy, crazy, crazy. I tried to find the original video. If you guys know the original video, link it down below and I will pin it to the top of the comment section. It'll be at the pinned top comment. This is insane. Let's check out some of these comments. First comment here says, being in the military, you don't have control over your life. She wanted him to go AWOL. Her parents were there for her. Sorry, but she is wrong for what she did. Here's somebody else who says, he was in the military. Doctor's note does not mean the military would abide. He could request, but it's definitely not up to him. Somebody else here added, if he was involved in any way, shape, or form in his children's lives, he would have known something was off. That's what I'm thinking about, that in particular. Did he ask for any photos? Or maybe she gave excuses when he asked for photos. Maybe they weren't on good terms and he was thinking, when I get back, we're going to figure this thing out. Either way, this is some evil shit to do to somebody for sure. Here's another comment from a woman who says, wow, she was alone in a complicated pregnancy. Postpartum is real. Depression is real. That man should have been present for her, even far away. Phones exist now, she says. You know it. 2 years, he did not care for the children. She did her best being all alone. Stop blaming only women. Okay, so she did her best. She did her best. She did her best. So her best was to tell this atrocious lie, which is crazy. Somebody else responded back to that commenter and says, she was lying to him for 2 years. So evidently they were in contact with one another. She made the decision to lie. She also said she felt that he didn't deserve to know it. Somebody else here added, her eyes are soulless. Another woman here says they both were wrong. This is one traumatized woman. That is messed up, almost as messed up as that one. And I think this one might be the worst story I've ever reported on DNA results. Do you guys remember that old judge who found out that his kids weren't his after 51 years of marriage? Remember this?
I have been married for 51 years. Got 2 sons, 42 and 40. Damn deadbeats. I'm still supporting the little boogers. Needed to take a test to see if any of us had a kidney good enough for my brother. found out something interesting.
Hmm.
They ain't my kids. There's somebody else's. Of course, the only good thing is, I know it's not my fault that those two idiots got dumped into this world. Hell, I thought they took after their mother. Instead, they take after the plumber or the postman or the milkman, or, yeah, they were milkmen back when they came around. I mean, God only knows. It sure gets old. I do wish I knew who the real fathers were. And they ain't the same. She was bopping a couple of different guys.
Paternity fraud is a crime that needs to be punished. This is painful. This man is obviously in pain. What a way to come to this reality after 51 years of marriage. A secret that she wanted to take to the grave. Let's keep listening.
But if I could figure out who they were, I've been practicing law long enough that I pretty well figure I can sue their and get all my money back that I into those two dead. It just chaps my that she couldn't tell me. I'd probably forgiven her. Maybe not. You know how it is. Hell, boys, y'all need to go get your own paternity test. You can't tell by looking who's the daddy, unless you're looking down at the genetic level. I've been in court thousands of times in paternity suits. And 4 out of 5 times, guy says he ain't the daddy, he's right.
Wow. 4 out of 5 times. Now you're listening to a man who was a practicing judge, or maybe still is. 4 out of 5 times he says the man was right. And if a judge is telling you if you have doubts and you should go get your own test, if a judge is telling you this, then it sounds like this is some coffee that some men might want to drink. Because I know I've heard certain women say, some men don't want to find out. Nah. Men want to know.
And the genetic test, the only way to prove it for sure. These women are hopping everything that looks fun. You thought you liked. You ain't nothing.
He's kind of funny. These women are hopping on everything that looks fun. Shit. That's right.
Well, I guess that pretty well completes that story.
Wow. That's crazy, man.
I'll go home, start drafting up some divorce papers, see if I can't get free of that crazy. I mean, I stayed with her for the sake of the children and the grandchildren, now the great-grandchildren. But they ain't no kin of mine. Fuck 'em.
All right. So there you guys go. Wow. What would you do in this situation? I don't know if I should ask that. You might get some crazy answers in the comment section, but what do you think of this situation? Let's check out some of these comments with the people have to say. First comment here says, my granddad used to say, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. And he went on to say, the second most single important decision is choosing the right woman for your life. Very true. Somebody else here says, 51 years, they yours, bro. Are you kidding me? Another guy responded back and said, they minds well be. He raised them. Okay, so honestly speaking, I think there are a lot of men out here who look at the situation and probably say, you know what, they didn't know either. She lied to all of us. And if they didn't know, he might look at him and say, I've built enough of a relationship with them that I can't just leave them high and dry. I think there are men out there who say that. Now, there are also a lot of men who would say what he's saying, which is F them, F the kids, especially if they are headaches. It sounded like there was some relief in him finding out that he's not to blame for them just being F-ups, you know? And also, we can conclude that she's been getting her cheeks clapped by some dusty, or like somebody commented a while back, white pookies, which I thought was funny as hell. Here's somebody else who says, she fooled him to believe they were his kids. Now he will die with no legacy to continue on with the face palm. That's wrong. Here comes a horrible woman who says, what legacy? We don't even know who this man is. Goes on to say, what does that man have to do with it? Another comment here says, damn, this must really hurt. Not only does he have no children, he doesn't have grandchildren or great-grandchildren or any descendants. Somebody else here says, what's done in the dark always comes to light. And a woman here says, you still have a chance to adjust your will. And another woman responded back to her and said, I mean, it's too late. He's known them their whole lives. And another person here says, so when I see chicks commenting going, it's too late. No, I mean, they were his kids. Makes me think, are you a woman who's done this too? Here's a man who says, why I've said that when a baby's delivered, there should be an automatic paternity test without the dad having to ask. This is true. And you know where you won't get away with this bullshit? You won't get away with this in Tennessee. Check it out.
All right, so those of you who are in Tennessee, guess what? House Bill 2689 is getting ready to pass. That is requiring paternity tests before you sign the birth certificate. Because, you know, when people do paternity tests, 1/3 of the time, they end up not being the father. And if they start testing everybody, that number can only go up, not down. It's going to be dramatic. And right now they're starting to also add in things like, you know, maternity fraud is a crime and a punishable crime. So guys used to go to jail for not paying child support on a child that wasn't theirs because the state wants to get their money, because if there is no father to pay for the child support, somebody has to pay for it. So they push it onto the nearest person that could be a father figure.
Right.
And they're actually starting to jail time the ladies for maternity fraud.
You hear that, ladies? You're going to jail. I'm just saying, don't break the law. Don't break the law.
Because it is such a rampant crime.
So I don't agree with a lot that they do in politics, but I agree with this one. The hustle is over. The scams are done in the state of Tennessee. And I know some of y'all feel like, well, why should we have to do all of this? They should trust me, because y'all be lying. The women be lying. And if you know that this is his baby without a shadow of a doubt, husband, boyfriend, baby daddy, it don't matter who it is. Let them go on and get that paternity test, sis. If you on the up and up, it shouldn't bother you. And for all of those women out there faking pregnancy to scam men, ooh, y'all big mad now, ain't you?
Okay, so let's check out more comments here. I thought that was a very, very, very necessary video to put in here. You can go watch that for yourself. It's titled, It's Over. New law will end paternity fraud in Tennessee. Change is coming. I also want to take this time to encourage you to go follow me on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, and also Twitter, where you'll be able to catch some of my recent content. And yes, we are releasing recent content on those platforms, and not just, and Rumble as well. Not just the old stuff. Somebody else here says, next day gave someone 25 to life for a seatbelt buckle. All right, so he's talking about the judge, and he says next day gave someone 25 to life for a seatbelt ticket. That's funny. Here's somebody else who says, LOL, he called them boys deadbeats with the laughing emoji. This next woman says she thought she would take that to the grave. 6,000 likes on that, and none of the woman responded back because it turned into a thread and said, almost made it too. Another woman here said, with laughing emojis, responded back with the laughing emojis. Here's another comment from another woman that says she was bopping a couple of different guys. I hollered. Here's somebody else who says he can still father a child if he likes. It's one of the benefits of being a man. Somebody else here says, saddest reality is that he realized he actually has no children, grand or great. His entire marriage / family life has been a lie. That's a tough one, man. That is tough. Somebody else here, chick says he low-key happy them, not his kids. There was some slight relief in the fact that they were disappointments, which was also kind of funny because he seemed humorous with his approach. I mean, what are we going to do? Human beings, we laugh our pain away, right? And somebody else responded back and says his point, he'd been lied to all these years by a woman he committed to. And somebody else here added, the chick says he might as well stay. Are you serious? And somebody else here, here's what I'm saying. You can't be like, yeah, you should stay in that situation. You don't know how someone would react. You don't know how somebody's going to react with that type of information. Somebody else here says, this is sad. This man is too old to be going through this. All right. Another comment here says, paternity tests should be standard protocol at all births. People need to know who their parents really are. Somebody else here added, I think paternity tests should be downright at birth if there's a father present, because that's not okay. Even if there is no father, we still need those tests done so that they could start going on that Pookie scavenger hunt. Listen, as always, guys, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pot. I'm curious to know, what do you think? Comment down below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.